If you are in the market to close 2 more deals this week, this is the episode for you. What's up, FlowChat fam? I'm Chris here, CEO and co-founder of FlowChat, and check this out. Our community is exploding right now. It's growing so quickly. We just had our record biggest week ever, and our members are on fire, which is exactly why today you need to meet one of them, because he is going to take us behind the scenes of his business, how he closed 2 high-ticket deals in his very first week with FlowChat. And since that week has happened, he's already closed more details. So we get to meet with no further ado. Ryan, what's up, Ryan? How's it going?
Hey, so good to see you, Chris. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you for coming to hang out. I love this. This community is growing so quickly, and I'm really grateful for it because everyone here is so giving and sharing, and you fit completely in that same bucket. Ryan, can you let everyone know who you are and what you do?
Sure, yeah. My name is Ryan Williams, and I've been running a real estate marketing agency. And so I started essentially wholesaling. And so I was doing real estate investing myself and just tracking down a lot of leads. And then I found that I was trying to do all these things like picking up the phone and making 1,000 calls on a triple line dialer in a day, just a nightmare. So I started doing things to generate leads for myself. And I said, hey, online sounds pretty cool. Why not use Facebook ads and Google ads? And it's been that way ever since.
Wow. How long has that been now?
So I started the agency back in January of last year in 2021 and was starting to run it for myself for about 6 months before that.
That's awesome, man. Okay, so everyone, if you didn't catch what he just said, this is exactly one of the big reasons why you want to listen. Anytime you meet another human that has done that amount of smiling and dialing, or just dialing and no smiling, you want to listen. Sean and I both come from that background of numerous, I don't even know how many cold calls, probably over 10,000, and then also like pulling doors, all that calls. There's a lot of character built there. Ryan, you have that background as well. You came online, and so tell us more about who an ideal buyer is for you.
Yeah, so it's either someone that's starting out in the real estate investing journey and just has a 9 to 5, like, and they're just, hey, I realize I have to have leads to have conversations with, but if it depends on me coming home and trying to spend a little family time and after dinner, and then having half an hour to make calls before it's illegal to, then there's not going to be a lot of exploring in the business. So it's either them or someone that says, hey, look, I'm doing this full time. I've closed a few deals through organic processes or cold calling or doing the heavy lifting. And they're saying, hey, I'd like to really scale this, but the amount of people I would have to hire and manage to make that happen is just overwhelming.
It's crazy.
Is there a way we can get leads coming to us more on autopilot?
That makes complete sense. So walk now that we have an idea of kind of who you are and who you're looking for and how you serve them. Tell us a little bit more about your first week with FlowChat. How did FlowChat help you get these 2 deals?
Well, it's funny because as I was going through the 10-minute onboarding videos, which I was amazed that I could use it in 10 minutes. I've tried other things and definitely took a lot longer than that. But so I had a call with a guy that owns a coaching group. So he coaches real estate investors on how to go close creative finance deals. And he has about 130 something people in his group. And so initially we just had a call to have a conversation around how I could help him and his group with inbound motivated sellers. And they liked the idea. And so I just said, hey, let's import the people that are in that group. Let's just start having conversations. Closed one in the first few days, first 3 or 4 days. So that's awesome. Right? It's almost like they get to sit on the demo with a call with him. And then the other source I went to is I'm in a group called Sub2. It's a creative finance group as a student learning how to do creative financing and just reaching out to that community. I have a lot of friends that are in that group. So as I go through the friend request step, most of them are already friends. So I'm just reaching out and saying, hey, there's a few posts from someone that's already doing like master classes on lead generation. And I said, hey, are you struggling with generating inbound motivated seller leads where they're raising their hand, looking to sell their home? And they're like, absolutely, let's hop on a call. So it was an easy setup. Yeah.
So hold on a second, right? You're telling me that if you talk to more of the right people and present an offer to them, that you close more deals? Is that what you're saying?
Apparently so.
Yes.
This has made it so much easier to do that because I had all those people in a group. I had access to them, right? But I didn't have an easy way of managing a pipeline and really just reaching out to them. So they were just kind of sitting there.
When you say pipeline, can you tell everyone what you mean? Like, tell us more about that.
Sure. So what I was doing before is other tools I've used. You kind of add someone to a tag, right? So you add someone and say, hey, I'm going to call this person a certain thing, but then you're only looking at one stage. And so for from a pipeline standpoint, as I'm looking at putting someone in a lead in and saying, hey, this is someone that I want to have a conversation with. Let's say they like to post about lead generation. I'm like, okay, these guys are looking to generate more leads. Where are they at in the process? And I've never had a way to easily, with people I'm reaching out to on Facebook, go and see what the next step is, what my next statement should be. I've seen tools where you're putting in all these different templates in one section, and then you're trying to remember, okay, what which is it's just so cumbersome. And I showed it to my VA this morning, and she's like, "Wait, that's simple." And when it's coming from her, and it's simple for her, I'm like, "Okay, I know that not only can I use this, but can the team use this?" And I think I can have other people using it as well.
You're saying more really important things, Ryan. And here's some of them. You said it was simple for the not only you but for the team.
Yep.
And let me ask a question and give you a little ditty here. Usually, it's really hard to duplicate ourselves. If it's like if you're bringing someone in, it's like I don't know, just come in and do what I'm doing. When it comes to Messenger and Facebook, like this is why we created FlowChat. Like we got stuck with that. What was that process like for you in doing that with FlowChat, having a system, and then that handoff process, like running a team? Because there's plenty of people out there that are currently running a team, wondering how to do it, and there's even more people like, man, I know I need one, but I don't know where to start.
So what the handoff process was like. So I would say that doing it in the past just to compare it, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Um, People go through, like I personally had to spend like 2 weeks going through watching all the feature videos and then thinking about the scripts and then setting things up and then trying to explain how it's all connected because it's not intuitive. Here, I get to make all those connections within each pipeline stage, essentially, put in the right messages. So we didn't have to consult, the oracles or some Google Doc in the cloud somewhere and say, okay, what was the next thing we're supposed to say? Let's go copy and paste and then move things over. So as I showed her, she's like, wait, so all I have to do is move it over to friend request sent. Okay. And then here's the message. And then that's where that is. She had it. She watched the 10-minute video with me and she
Okay.
was
So you guys did it
using it.
together.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
keep going. Yeah, with the video, you guys were watching the video together, and
Yeah. So I just watched it with her, and then I said, "Hey, what kind of questions did you have?" And you can just see her connecting the dots as she was watching that. And she'd already known what the process is like at a big picture, but she was never actually doing it before because it was so hard to communicate. So I'm just like, I guess I'm just gonna have to take this on. So with this, she got logged in, she got in front of it, and was looking at how it actually makes sense and using it within 15 minutes.
sounds reasonable. Well, hey, sometimes just hearing what's possible is the thing that unlocks for other people.
Yep.
That has happened to me in multiple aspects of life, by the way. It's like, wait a minute, wait, what did you just do? You did that? That's pop. Oh, I'm gonna do that, So I think just hearing that, hey, in this amount of time, watching the videos and going through the trainings, having a clear process and a system is for high visionaries. If all my high visionaries calling you out that are watching this right now, systems as are like our relief. It's our ibuprofen. It's a game changer, and it sounds like it did the same for you as well, Ryan. Let's do this. You implemented this very quickly, very good executor, got a great result very quickly, but you didn't stop there. Kind of walk us through once you got kind of that first week. How did things continue to grow with FlowChat with you?
Yeah, so I started thinking of what other ways I could import leads. I mean, obviously the mechanics are there, but just thinking about which would be the most effective way to start. Started looking at other groups I could pull, and then thinking about even someone else that's in a group that I'm not in could run, the tool and extract some leads, and so there's so much value there. And really, I think even the more exciting thing to me is one of the biggest things that I've picked up since the beginning of this year was I did like 4 or 5 classes on organic lead generation for a group of real estate investors.
Nice.
All this is organic, right? And so thinking about how to actually put together something that I've already walked through teaching it manually, but with FlowChat, it's gonna be crazy. So I had,
Yeah.
I had two people reach out to me and say, "Look, can you build a course on how to do this? Because you've obviously gotten results." I had three people. So one person closed 8 deals in 4 months organically without any paid ads. One closed his
Let's go.
first 6 deals organically. And these aren't where he's making a few $100s. They're making like $10,000 on average
Yeah.
fees per deal. And
Let's go.
then the last one, he closed another 7 deals and had 13 in the pipeline, and this was manually. So I'm thinking, if I can script that out, the same thing I showed him how to do in FlowChat with a share code, and put that in front of them, who can't follow that instructions?
I don't know, man. That all sounds really exciting to me. For everyone listening, watching, what do you mean by share code?
Oh, so I mean, you can start building from scratch, or you can use a share code where you have everything from the language to the pipeline stages to what they need to direct people to like whether it's a Calendly link or whatever the next step is, all that in one you've built out. Then you share that with your audience, and they can go and get results with that right away.
Boom. So the whole pipeline's built, all the templates, the process, just one click, and then poof, and then you. So it's starting to make sense why 10 minutes is actually realistic. It's like, oh, it's already happening. I can just start sending messages right now. And I appreciate you highlighting that because, FlowChat is a sales tool built by sales pros. The last thing that sales pros like is like admin stuff. Just trying to
Yeah.
talk to more people. Like that was part of our premise. It was like, Sean is co-founder of FlowChat with Bruno. Bruno's the genius mind behind FlowChat. Sean sold over 100, plus $1 million of product and service and is a rock star. He's not trying to do more paperwork. I'm not trying to do more paperwork. We've been working together for years now.
Yeah.
So, if you talk to more people, and you have the right offer and you're asking and putting it in front of them, you can close more deals. It's that simple. So that's kind of the premise. Ryan, I appreciate you going through some of that. If people are listening to what you're saying and your processes and curious about more of this, where's the best place to find you?
So it's the link that's slowly going across the page at the bottom. So it's shor.by/Ryan Williams. It is case sensitive, so you actually have to lowercase the R and the W, but everything else is the same. So
Here it
shor.by/Ryan
comes. Here it comes.
Williams and screenshot. Right. Perfect.
Yeah, screenshot that. And I capitalized R and W, so that needs to be lowercase.
Right. Yep.
See, so there we go. So we're live on the spot, and if you heard it live, then you're good on where to go. I appreciate you coming out here, Ryan, today and sharing a little behind the scenes of how you've used FlowChat, sharing your success and your wins with everyone else. Being an entrepreneur can be lonely, but it does not have to be. And we, as you know, because you're in the club, you're in the fam, we
Yep.
celebrate wins every single call. Part of that is, yes, it feels good and is fun, but learning how to, what we focus on, the more of what we focus on grows, obviously, right? But learning how to also celebrate other people is a very healthy thing. And so thank you for letting us celebrate you today in the wins that you're happening so other people can see that and feel that and know that it's possible. Here's where I like to end. I like to always ask people what drives them. Essentially, it's like, why do you do what you do? And where I come from this is any high performing athlete, musician, founder, business owner, or artist, whatever it is, there's a certain amount of vulnerability to it. You're putting yourself out there and you're pushing yourself to the max a lot of times. And the question is, why are people like you and I insane like that? What drives us and why do we do what we do? And so that's the question I pose to you.
Yeah. Great question. Um, so for me, it's all about like my family and my friends and those I get to come in contact relationship with God. And so for us, like we got to go on a mission trip
Hmm.
from Chicago, where I'm at now. It makes sense with the background I'm in, and
Yeah.
all the way
Looks very
to,
Chicago-y.
we used to go to California to help out with the campus ministry. And when my wife and I got married, it was spring break in my senior year, and we were both working, full time for the church at the time, and so we just got to see so many people's lives change, get to make impact in a real way. And so for me, it's how do I get back to a place where I'm running a business that's taking care of the family and feed the needs, but also allowing us the flexibility to go give in ways that don't produce a financial return. So for us, that's huge. I want to see my wife. She's managing a huge portfolio of properties right now. So I'm just looking
Oh,
to
snap.
bring her home and allow us and the kids to go out and just impact the community in great ways.
I mean, managing a whole portfolio of properties, that's pretty easy, right?
Yeah, so that
So
Toyota that
much.
wakes up at 2 o'clock in the morning that everyone's afraid of, like times 1,500, is yeah.
Wait a minute, wait, like stuff breaks and you have to, yeah, I'm just playing. Of course, that's a ton, man. It's cool that you guys
Yeah.
are both in real estate. That's probably has to help quite a bit in the venture that you guys are in, does it not?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and we can obviously communicate in the same level once we come home, right? That you actually want to talk to someone about work when you get home, and she's totally always an open ear, understanding, and I love hearing about what she's learning. It's amazing.
That's really powerful. It's cool you guys connect on that. On a funny note, my wife and I, like if I start, she bless her, she's an awesome wife, awesome mother as well. But if I ever talk business, her body actually physically starts to melt. She's like, "I'm sorry, I want to hear what you're saying. It's just it's so boring. Gosh." And but she does survive some of it just because she loves me. But yeah, we so it's cool you guys like partner together that way, and that's powerful, man. Hey, thank you so much for coming on. Any last thoughts, comments, takeaways you want to share with anyone?
No, I mean, honestly, I just appreciate the community. It's one thing to use a tool; it's another thing to be be heard, right? So feedback, like hearing Bruno like hop into chats, and I'm asking questions about random stuff. I mean, you probably are like, hey, this is in the weeds. You're probably focused on too many of the minor details, but sometimes just hearing people respond to that makes you feel totally confident in using something. So I appreciate the community. The wind culture is amazing. Just hopping on and hearing like the crazy things people are doing in a good way. So it's inspiring and definitely, guys, if you're on the fence, definitely hop in. FlowChat's amazing. I think you'll love it.
Appreciate it, Ryan. Everyone listening, thank you for joining us today. We will be back next time with more FlowChat rock stars, spotlighting them and sharing with you. The purpose of these videos is to share with you that number one, success is possible, not just for people in general, but for you, specifically listening and watching. Sometimes we just need to hear that and be reminded of that. And this content is that timely reminder for you. Appreciate you being with us, and we'll see you guys next time.